Hello again. I feel like I mention this topic a lot, but I think it's really, really important. It's like I don't think we realize how important we are. I don't think you realize how important you are and how the world needs you, like the big you, the perfect you, the divine you. There's so many people, I'm assuming, because you see it in the news and you hear it in conversation. So there's so many people trying to work out what's going on in this world, and fighting for this and fighting for that. And there's this tendency to think that that's what you have to do. Rah, I don't like that. It's got to change. And maybe that's a wonderful thing that's happening. I just know for me, I don't want to add fuel to that fire. And maybe it's a good fire, and maybe it's the fire that will make change, because if enough people jump up and say no or yes or left rather than right, then change happens. But I feel change is happening anyway. It's going to happen. It's like the river's moving forward, and there's not too many options here. You go with it. But life on a daily practice deserves to have our laughter, our smiles, our connection. We deserve to see beauty all around us and good all around us. We deserve to be living in a state of contentment and wonder for our life rather than fighting for change. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like change is going to happen anyway, and perhaps we can be a part of it and will be a part of it and are active in being a part of it too, the change for what we believe is good. But that's coming from our limited view of what we believe is good, right? In the bigger scheme of things, I mean, many things have happened in my life that I would have judged as wrong or bad in the moment. But when you see the unfoldment of how things moved in a different direction, it was necessary. And so sometimes change is painful and confusing and hurtful and all those things, but it's necessary for the directions to alter or the course to alter and go in a different way. So I believe and live, I hope, in recognizing that who I am and how I turn up to this moment, how I embrace my day today, how I choose to be in my skin is peace, is love, is simple beauty for what is now. And then that makes it so effortless. It makes my life filled with good. And I don't know how to explain it any other way. Filled with good. Like, it's not all wishy-washy and, oh, la, 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 but it's like, I have beautiful days. I have a good life, not because of all the things I'm doing, but because of what I'm choosing for. It's because I'm choosing to rest into this moment and let life be. And that is huge. It's powerful, it's great, it's grand, it's filled with divine purpose. It's filled with contentment and a security, and inner security that everything is unfolding perfectly. I get in the flow, so the universe is moving me where I need to go in a lot of directions, actually. It's not like I sit back and do nothing. I feel very connected. I don't feel disconnected at all. I don't feel I'm in denial, and I don't feel like I'm hiding stuff. I feel absolutely full on connected in the flow of my life with a divine purpose supporting me and helping me move in the directions I'm supposed to go in. So it's very little critiquing and discussion and conversations about, oh, what am I supposed to do? Is this what like that just doesn't occur for me very much, because there's such a surrender to what is in this big picture, in this big unfoldment of now. And it's because of that, I'm not focusing on what I need to heal or what I'm going through and what patterns are coming up. I mean, that just dissolves naturally by having my attention into this moment. It's like the brain, like the mind doesn't really get it because there's so much emphasis these days on healing the shadow. Like I see it everywhere. And I understand it because otherwise it's a denial, or otherwise it feels or it looks on the outside like you focus on happy, so you're happy, but what about all the other stuff? But it's not my experience that there's a denial at all. And it's not my experience that there's the shadow that needs to be hugged and nurtured and embraced. If I go through something today that makes me feel like I've got to be quieter, or look at something that's not so nice, or I realize I'm reactive to something, that's in the moment. And then it passed. Like there's no pattern that I need to dissolve and put attention on and heal. But I get it when people say that they have to do that. I just love in my experience that life is just good. And I can fill myself up with that goodness. And it's fine. Like, what else? If I'm filled up, there's nothing else. I feel life isn't that complicated. Our relationships are only complicated if we aren't getting our own way, or if we're trying to work something out, But if you're just here and present, it's so not complicated. It's us that makes everything complicated and hard and scary, and what's going to happen. It's that resistance to what is, wanting it to be different, that takes us so out of the flow of what's already there. So much has happened for everybody in the last years. And any part of us, I mean, we can be in awe and wonder, or even shock, just like, whoa. But the resistance to it, wishing it not to have happened, wishing for things to go back to the way they were, take a look at that, because that's not you embracing what is in this moment. Complete letting go and embracing what is in this moment. And then enjoying what is in this moment. Wow. It's life-changing. It's life-changing because you and your attention, you and your mannerism, it's not like you become in control, but it's like you're redefining what is for you. And so you're not just getting taken and, thrown around, or your mind thinks you're being taken and thrown around. You're an active part of this journey that you're on, an important part of this journey. Do you realize how important you are? How can we change the world if we aren't resting in peace and goodness and love? It has to come from here first, right? Because then these filters, which we look through, they will be love. So then we will see the love around us. It's pretty cool. Anyway, something for you to play with. I hope you like it.